Good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. This is my Clearing the Bases episode every Sunday morning where I cover a million open tabs that I have that I didn't have a chance to cover during the week and didn't rise to the level of their own video. Some of them do, but today I have a lot to cover. So I'm going to jump right in here. I don't think I did as great of a job as I usually do with putting these in order, but we'll see. It's not that easy with so many open tabs. Share my screen here. Okay, first of all, Shohei Gold. Why did that change? Okay, Shohei, 2024 Bowman, Shohei Gold. And this isn't even Chrome, this is just paper Bowman. PSA 9 sold for $7,300. Why would that be? It's because it is numbered 50 out of 50. So it's the 50/50 card, and it sold for $7,300. As you can see, 50 serial numbered 50 of 50 for his 50/50 season. That's fun. It's kind of cool. So I got wondering, how much do these normally sell for? And it was easy to find a few chrome ones. So here's a chrome number to 50 gold. This is slightly different, I guess, but it is a gold number to 50 2024 Bowman Chrome raw, so roughly PSA 9 value, sold for 1/20th of the price, $350. Right around the same time, yeah, October 5th. Here's another one, same thing, Bowman Chrome, number to 50, $360, same price. $385 for this one. So they're selling for 1/20th. The Chrome ones, number to 50, are selling for 1/20th what the Bowman Paper Gold, numbered 50 of 50, is selling for, which seems crazy to me, but that's fun. That's somebody likes that number to 50, and they wanted to pay. A bunch of people probably wanted to pay a lot of money for it, and they did. One person did. So, yeah. All right. Pete Rose, obviously by now you've heard Pete Rose passed away. Here he was signing autographs the night before he passed away, in a wheelchair. And then somebody sold this ticket to his autograph signing, to that last autograph signing. Surprisingly, only went for $215. I would have thought it would go for more than that, but maybe there were a lot of them. I don't know. And Eric of those back pages on YouTube asks a great question. How many of these are still unredeemed? And has Pete signed them? This is the Bowman Chrome Pete Rose autograph redemption 2024. Did Pete sign them? It's an interesting question. We'll see. I know Topps does replacements. Okay. Remember a couple, 3 weeks ago, maybe, I covered this where this Brock Purdy down in the bottom right-hand corner is really, really damaged, and the seller had covered it up at a card show, covered it up with a price tag, and the buyer didn't know and bought it. And the buyer was great about it, took the blame himself. Uh, Somebody else was trying to sell it, maybe that buyer, on whatever this selling platform is. I don't know if this is Golden or doesn't matter. Uh, and it did not mention the damage. And then a bunch of people wrote to them about it, tweeted at them about it. Oh, here it is. Nick Bell. I don't know who this is. Description now updated. And so he added in, please note heavy damage to lower right-hand corner. So this is going to be a problem for years, apparently. We're just going to keep seeing this. I don't know that I'll keep covering this because it's just getting old. So speaking of Ohtani, somebody had a FedEx package arrive empty. Two big Ohtani cards. This is, I read somewhere like $150-ish thousand worth of mostly Ohtani cards. Ohtani, Tatis Jr., Mookie Betts Gold, first Bowman. These are big boy cards. and all stolen out of a FedEx package. Now, people are blaming FedEx. No way to know if somebody from FedEx stole them. But yeah, I don't remember where I saw that it was $150,000 worth of cards, but I don't know. All right, and last week I covered this Luca card that you can see here was a 9, and then it was pulled out of the case, graded a 10 because it was cleaned, and then the autograph was smudged. Well, PSA, after all these reports, said, no, they have since deactivated the cert and called it N5 altered stock. So that's good. Good on PSA. Speaking of which, apparently the same submission, since it's one cert number before the Luca Red, also has been deactivated for N5 altered stock. And so you have to wonder, what is this person who did this, who was public on Instagram at the time? Are they out there trying to sell these at card shows where they know nobody's going to check certs? That's a tough thing about this type of situation. Already covered that. Okay, this is on Heritage. This Babe Ruth 1916 Sporting News Babe Ruth PSA 2.5, which is one of the most iconic cards in the hobby. His rookie card sold for $384,000 a couple days ago. Pretty cool. I've got a bunch of big auctions here that I'm covering. This one I found really, really interesting. Satchel Paige died in 1982. This is a 1981 Perez Steel Hall of Fame postcard. So it was released in 81. Satchel Paige died just a year later. There are very, very, very few of these that are signed. I would have thought this would have sold for 5 figures. It sold for $6,000. So way lower than I would have expected it to, but cool piece. I wonder if Mike Moynihan is the one who bought it. I should have texted him and asked him. I don't think he has this one. All right, this is funny. Geoff Wilson, he posted my cash offer, $25,000. He's once again getting defensive about the perception of what he has offered to people. He posted this on Instagram and I think on YouTube too. This Tops Now Olympic Gold card sold for about $54,000, which includes buyer's premium. Before buyer's premium, it's $44,000. And people are saying Geoff lowballed him. And I mean, did it come up lower than that? Sure. Does that mean he lowballed them? I don't know. I think it's silly that he's offering bounties or that most of these bounties are just publicity stunts. $25,000 when it goes for 44,000 isn't that huge of a deal to me. If he had offered 5,000, maybe. But he's getting really defensive because people are saying that he's lowballed them. So he says, now deduct buyer's premium, federal tax, and California state tax from the golden sale. What do you get? And that's where this tweet originally ended. He then updated the tweet to add in tax should be paid either way, but I also know many won't with cash offers, not encouraging and just being realistic. But originally, a lot of people, including myself, said, wow, Geoff appears to be encouraging tax evasion here. It's pretty wild. And in fact, so then he added in this. In fact, Ken Golden got really defensive on the Instagram post, which I'll try to remember to put in my newsletter this week. I took a screenshot of it. I don't think it's there anymore, but newsletter, by the way, is at junkwaxhero.com. Free to sign up. You'll get my Monday recap tomorrow, which should have this screenshot from that exchange. So then here's one person. Can't believe you're implying tax fraud as a reason for taking a cash offer. Hot take. I just say the card went for more than I thought it would. End of story. Yeah. Yep. This went around big time this week. This was in the Sports Card Nonsense group. It was posted by Lamim James, but he wasn't the first person to post it. I don't remember who it was, and I couldn't find it again. Anthony Richardson rookie patch auto, and the autograph, you might not even be able to see it. It's this tiny little scribble. You have this huge box, and he puts this tiny little scribble in there. And I wonder if he did this 49 times because this is numbered to 49, or if he did some of them bigger. Anyway, this went around. Everybody was pretty fascinated by this. We talked about Pete Rose. Dikembe Mutombo also passed away. I actually saw Mutombo in Market Square Arena in one of Market Square Arena's very last games. My one and only trip to Indiana in, I don't know, 1998 maybe. And Mutombo did the finger wag. I don't remember who he blocked, and the crowd went ballistic on him. I think he got teed up. I think it was a technical foul by then, but I don't remember. It's more than 25 years ago. So anyway, this you can see Dikembe Mutombo's card prices. They're between $25 and $50 on average, and then he passes away, and they go up to 150. Yeah, I mean, when somebody passes away, their cards are going to go up in value, and people are going to take advantage. That's just the market. That's demand. That's supply and demand. Don't buy right after your favorite athlete passes away. This was a huge deal this week. This is a soccer card, which I never cover. A whatnot breaker hit this, and I'm going to pronounce this name wrong. Lamine Yamal, select FIFA 1 of 1. Whatnot breaker hit it, and then refunded everybody in the break and shut down his account. And apparently, what everybody believed was that he absconded with the card. Now, a lot of criticism of whatnot, a lot of criticism of breakers here. I don't participate in breaks myself, but the vast majority of breakers are good. You have millions of people participating in breaks. And this type of thing, sure, we see it because it happens seemingly weekly. But if you think about how many breaks are happening, it's exceedingly rare. And again, breaks aren't for me, but they're wildly popular. And this stuff happens occasionally. And in this case, here, I've got it right here. I can confirm the breaker sent the card. So that's great news. I don't know if Whatnot stepped in and forced the breaker to do it, or if the breaker just had a change of heart. No way to know that right now until this story comes out, if it does. And then while still waiting for that news to come out, this person photoshopped the card in and said, super pumped to get this in hand. Local guy gave me an absolutely killer deal, and made it look like he actually had it. It's pretty funny. Topps doing Topps Now things. They acquired the game used first base from the first ever, it says it right here, first ever go ahead home run while trailing in the ninth inning of a winner take all postseason game. And everybody's trying to say, well, what about Joe Carter? What about this home run? What about this home run? And none of them fit. So anyway, they acquired the base, and the pieces of the bases are going into into this Topps Now card. So I'm just sharing this. I know a lot of people, it's very divisive. I'm kind of in the I would rather the base go into a museum kind of thing. But then a lot of people say, well, it gives 125 people or more, actually, because I think there are different numbers, the opportunity to own a piece of that historic time. I get that too. So I don't know. New Caitlin Clark new Caitlin Clark card sale record just a couple weeks after one of her cards went for 84,000. That was a Panini instant as well. That was a Blue Viper, I think, and so was this one. The last one went for $84,000. This one sold for $97,212. And according to Will Stern, this is the sixth most expensive female sports card ever, behind 5 of Serena Williams, topping out at $266,000 2.5 years ago. So new Caitlin Clark card record, $97,000. Sticker auto, which would not for me either. And then Will Stern also says, how valuable is Caitlin Clark to Panini? They just printed almost $300,000 in revenue in 5 minutes, not including the base cards or the one of one auto. And they did the one of one, the one that I just showed a minute ago, as a Dutch auction where they started at $100,000 and then they reduce it incrementally every 5 minutes until somebody buys it. So Panini, that's printing money. This Shohei, and I've talked about this card several times in this series before. The Shohei Ohtani card sold for $854 Thursday night. With an autograph and a patch, it looks like a steal, but it is one of those tops through the years cards. And it is not truly autographed and it's not truly a patch. It's just a photograph of a patch, which feels really scammy. Topps never should have produced this. It just should not have been produced. I remember when I was brand new back into the hobby, I pulled one of Fernando Tatis, and I was like, "Holy smokes!" And I realized fairly quickly that it wasn't truly an autograph. I don't think that one had a patch on it, uh, but a lot of people don't. And when you're just looking at a picture of it, you don't realize. And so there's been a lot of questions this week, like whose fault is this? And nobody, well, I guess some people say it's a combo. Like I saw Ryan Statler say it's a mixture of Topps' fault and the buyer's fault. And I think that's right. Topps shouldn't have done this. Buyers should do more due diligence before spending $854 for this card. And PSA, I think, I don't know what they could or should do, but it feels like, I don't know. Let me know in comments. Any item I've talked about today. Tell me what you think about any of these. What are your thoughts? And then whoever this is, SC Uncensored Gelman. The way this scam works is that people pull these very common reprint inserts out of 2021 Topps flagship, grade them with PSA, and then send them to auction houses with the understanding that some person out there won't understand the card isn't autographed and is not a relic. And then Meatballs, which I think I have this here. Yeah. Plenty of other examples on eBay right now, too. This is I Am Meatballs legend here on this channel. The first one over $1,000, still live, $1,025. Look at that. It's just a photograph of a card. And then they have it's a private listing. Bidders' identities are protected. Why do we think that is? Okay, now we get into some auctions. 1968 Topps PSA graded near master set. 607 out of 608 are signed, which is an amazing feat. Amazing. And it is priced at $90,000. Buy it now, which I guess seems right. I don't know. If it hasn't sold yet, I guess it's not. 90. I wonder why they're not going with an auction. Oh, and this was just a really interesting discussion. Da Hook. I don't know who this is either. I believe eventually people will leave the hobby knowing it is a no-win situation. Yet all this supply has been thrown into the market. This is box. He talks about box prices and production are up, and singles prices are going down. And so what he's theorizing is that people are going to leave the hobby because they can't buy and sell at a profit as consistently as they used to be. And that's fine. And Kel Varnson says, why would people like me who collect their favorite players and don't do it for financial gain leave the hobby because of what other people do with product? I can buy the cards I want for cheap. Why would I leave? And that's exactly right. And DeHook replies, you're right, you're not. It's the other 90 to 95% that look at it as gambling. I don't think they look at it as gambling, even though they are. Uh, and Kel nails it. We can buy singles cheaper. Why would we leave? All right, Auburn 35, another legend here on this channel. This is a government deals sale. Hockey collector. It was priced at, it sold for several $1,000s anyway. And it had this nice ungraded Gretzky rookie here. There it is, a little up close. There's the back of it. showing that it's an O-Pee-Chee. And then it ended up selling for $7,000. Is there any protection if that turns out to be a fake? Which it probably is. There's no way to tell, obviously, but it probably is. Somebody's going to say, I can tell it's fake. And then somebody else will comment, I can tell it's real. I highly doubt that there's any protection in case that gets bought and sent in to be graded. 2023 select Victor Wembanyama red cracked ice PSA slabbed it upside down. I just find this funny. Yeah, Eric says eBay 1 of 1. It's true. A lot of people upset about this. This is, they grade 1.2 million a month. You're going to see a couple, and I'm no PSA defender. I'm just being realistic. This was a wild story this week. Upper Deck files civil lawsuit against ex-redemption manager over major card theft of at least $500,000. He was their assistant redemptions manager, I believe. His name is Adrian Franzak, associate redemptions manager for Upper Deck. He was stealing redemption cards immediately. He got hired and he was immediately stealing redemption cards, just walking out with them, loading up his pockets with redemption cards, and then selling them. It's a pretty crazy story. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Paul Lesko covers it at length, which I'll try to remember to put this in too in my newsletter. Again, junkwaxhero.com. Upper Deck provides an example where one buyer allegedly sent the defendant over $60,000 over the course of 3 months for stolen product. He was doing this just 1 week into his employment. There's a lot here from Paul Lesko covering the whole thing. It's crazy. We have card grading numbers dipping in September, and people are saying, wow, this is crazy. We're on the downslide now. It was 1 month, and as Sports Collectors Daily says, while it was a 9% dip for PSA from August, it's still up 24% over September of last year. SGC up 32% year over year. So it's still a ton of cards being graded, and it's 1 month. It's impossible to say this is a trend and the market's coming down. You need a few months to be able to say that with any semblance of confidence. These two low-life losers who stole 54 cards from the memory lane. It was the Best Western Plus in Strongsville before the Strongsville show. This was a guy at the Best Western. He worked there and he stole the box. And they now have pled guilty to 1 count of aggravated theft involving more than $1.5 million. It's crazy. Paxton, this low-life loser on the left here, refuses to say what happened to the only 2 cards that haven't been recovered, which were a 1909 Ramley Walter Johnson and this play ball Ted Williams, both PSA 8s. And so he owes Memory Lane $90,000, which they will never see, in my estimation. And then Auburn 35 again, great quote in this article. This is from the county prosecutor. Jacob Paxton is a thief who almost hit the jackpot. Fortunately, he is also stupid, which led to his capture. He should sit in prison until he coughs up the other 2 cards. Hilarious. We have the 40-40 Ohtani ball, just sold for $250,000, which seems like a lot for a ball that's for 40-40 when he went 50-50. But I don't know. I'm not a memorabilia guy, so far from an expert. And then the 50-50 ball is still up, at Golden with 16 days to go. It's at 1.83 million with buyer's premium. How much will that go for? Will it hit 3 million, 5 million? Somebody let me know in comments. There's been a lot of argument about this all over Twitter. Like some people said, this isn't even worth $500,000. I don't know. Paul Skeens uh, made the final start of his sensational rookie season. This is obviously like a week old. Yeah, it's a week ago today. Several hours later, his 2023 Bowman Craft Draft Autographed 1 of 1 Superfractor sold for $123,000. Wow. Paul Skeens, fun to watch. He's very exciting. And then we have this 1969 Topps Hank Aaron PSA 10 sold for $111,000. Cool piece of history right there. PSA 10 on a card that's 55 years old, although it was graded many years ago, as you can see by the label and the cert number. And here's my newsletter website. Go and subscribe. Link is in the description of this, or you can just go to junkwaxhero.com. Learned about these tickets from Darren Ravel's Twitter account. This is a Ken Griffey Jr. debut ticket that somebody had and never used. It's currently at $15,100 on eBay. Still another 8 days left. Ravel guesses that it'll go for more than $40,000. Had $10 price back in 1989. Crazy. And actually, yeah, this is right. So this is BC Auto Project on Instagram. He's building the Bowman Chrome BGS 9.5 Refractor Auto Master Set from 2001 to 2020. So 20 years of 9.5 refractor autos. And he has, last I knew, he had 1,600 out of the 2,400 of them. Look at this. Look at how many there were there. That's crazy. You can just kind of scroll through here. He's got some pretty big ones. He's got all the little ones too, or not all, but a lot of little ones. Crazy. And then this, this is hilarious. Huge NBA card lot. How much work went into laying all these out and taking photos of them? And it's for a $250 lot. I recognize some of the cards in here too. Where did I just see a Shaq rookie? Oh, you get some 89 hoops. I saw a Shaq rookie a second ago, and then I clicked and I lost it. Doesn't matter. You got some 90 Fleer in there. Oh, there's the Shaq rookie right there. I know somebody will say that's not his rookie. Yeah, just fun stuff. And that's how I try to end every episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in comments any thoughts you have. Hope you enjoy your Sunday. Have an awesome day, and I will see you again this week.